Let's be real, navigating reproductive health can feel like a total maze sometimes. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on acupuncture. We'll dig into how this ancient practice can be a really powerful tool for, understanding and supporting your menstrual cycle. We're going to cover it all, from what to expect on your first visit to the core ideas that make it work so well. So, does this question hit home for you? It's a feeling so many of us know all too well from conventional healthcare, right? This super frustrating sense that you have to wait for something to go seriously wrong before you can get any real help or answers about your fertility. But what if there's a better way to go about it? And the answer really starts right here, with this one simple shift in how we think. It's a pretty straightforward but really profound idea. A healthy body is a fertile body. See, this moves the goalposts. We're not just chasing one single outcome anymore. We're talking about creating total, holistic well-being. Because, when your body is in balance, it can do what it's meant to do. It can thrive. Okay, so how do we actually make that shift? It's all about moving from that reactive, let's wait and see model to one that's way more proactive. Let's break down how this change in thinking is really taking hold. Not that long ago, acupuncture was seen as the absolute last resort. Kind of like the throw everything at the wall and see what sticks approach after you've tried literally everything else. It was something people turned to only in a worst-case scenario, after a problem was already pretty big. But, thankfully, that's really changing. Now we're seeing people who are so much more educated, more in tune with their own bodies. They're seeking help early. And not just to fix something that's broken, but to truly understand their cycles and optimize their health before they even start trying to conceive. I mean, it's a huge and really empowering shift. All right, so you've decided to be proactive, which is awesome. But what actually happens in a session? Let's walk through what you can expect, because I promise it's probably not what you're picturing in your head. Okay, this right here gets at a really common misconception. On the left, you've got the simple idea of just putting a needle where it hurts, like for tennis elbow or something. But the holistic approach for reproductive health, what you see on the right, is a whole different ballgame. It is not about just chasing symptoms. It's about being a detective and understanding the entire system to find the root cause of what's going on. So what's a typical follow-up visit look like? Well, it really just boils down to these 4 key steps. First, it all starts with these super detailed check-in. And I mean detailed. We're talking about your cycle, your sleep, your stress levels, all the little things that help create a treatment plan that's personalized just for you on that day. Then, after the treatment itself, you get time to just rest. And finally, you'll get some good aftercare advice to help make the benefits last. And that rest and relaxation part, it's absolutely crucial. You'll typically rest for about 20 to 30 minutes with the needles in. And you're not just, left alone in a room to fend for yourself. Practitioners always give you a call button so you can reach them at any moment. The whole point is for you to feel safe and completely relax. Now, after the session, the whole goal is to really lock in those benefits. Think about it. You've just improved your circulation and calmed your whole nervous system down. So the absolute last thing you want to do is jump right back into a stressful meeting or a crazy workout. The treatment has sent all these new positive signals to your body, and you want to give it the time and space to actually listen to that new information. So let's zoom out for a second, because this whole approach isn't just about fertility. It's really about understanding all the intricate connections that make up your entire menstrual cycle. This is where you start to see the bigger picture. Things like painful periods, hormonal acne, or irregular cycles, they aren't just separate, random issues. From this holistic point of view, they're often just different ways this same underlying imbalance shows up. It's all connected. The dots all lead back to the same place. So, who else can this help? Well, the core principles of decreasing inflammation and improving how your cells function can apply to a huge range of conditions. We're talking about everything from endometriosis and PCOS to the hormonal roller coaster of PMS and perimenopause. It's all part of the same system. And this brings us to our final, and maybe the most important point of all. It's about a fundamental shift in how we think about our own well-being. And this quote says it all, really. This is about embracing healthcare, not just disease management. It's a huge shift from waiting for something to break to proactively taking care of and maintaining your body's health. It all starts with just listening to your body, paying attention to your cycle, and actually acting when something feels a little off, no matter how small it seems. And look, for these more subtle issues, like maybe a short luteal phase or some other minor irregularities, you don't need a sledgehammer to fix it. What you really need is a fine-tuning approach, just consistent, gentle support that helps guide your body's systems back into a better, healthier rhythm.
And that brings us right to our final question for you. Being proactive about your health really just starts with being curious. It starts with you. So I want you to ask yourself, what's one thing you could learn about your cycle today that could be a step toward a healthier, more balanced you?